Full time at St Mary's. Southampton 1, Arsenal 1. Uh, it's a point. It's a point that probably fair. Probably a fair result on the basis of the game, but it just feels really disappointing. Even though we got it in quite a dramatic way, Giroud late deft header from a Sanchez cross. But I'm never satisfied with a point. It just doesn't satisfy. It doesn't feel sufficient, especially a point against a team that we should be beating. Southampton, they're a good side. They're good, quite good defensively. They're not amazing going forward. They've got some good players. I thought Redmond had a really good game. I thought Austin was a handful for Koscielny, Mertesacker, but we should be beating Southampton. It's always going to be a tough game going away. It's not a bad point, but we've got to win that game. If we have any chance of winning the title, let alone a top four, top four, let alone the title. So it's disappointing, but we'll have to take it. But it just doesn't feel. I'm just not really happy. But anyway, getting into the game, we started terribly. First 5-10 minutes, we were all over the place. You can't let them score so early because it's just going to be such a hard game to get back into. Defensively, the first goal, what is Mertesacker doing? It comes to him, he's just no left foot. He's not got much technical ability, Mertesacker. He's got to put it up the line. He's got to just put it. He can't just pass it back to them. They regain the possession. Today we gave away possession way too easily. We were really sloppy in the ball. Simple 5-yard passes were just not being made. But anyway, yeah. I can't remember. I think it might have been Tadic got it, came forward. Monreal, he's got to track the run of Austin. Just lets him come off, plays it through to Austin. Austin scores, and it's just really sloppy. We came back into it. We were the better team, I think, in the first half. For the rest of the game, other than the first 10 minutes, we had some good chances. Great save from Forster with Ramsey's shot, but we never really got into full. We were never really in first gear. We weren't really at our best in that half or in the entire game. And the second half was quite painful. We were just crying out for some more movement. Lacazette, Ozil, Sanchez, time and time again, we had the ball in midfield with Xhaka, Ramsey, Kolasinac, Bellerin, and they're just standing there, literally not moving, just kind of looking at the passes go by, and we need some movement in there. I thought Giroud should have come on earlier. He could have made a difference. For me, it would have been the first substitution. Don't think Welbeck had much of an impact on the game. Wilshere should have come on earlier. Yeah, obviously Giroud made the difference. But for me, we just can't seem to put a ball into the box ever that's decent enough for Giroud to attack. We maybe put one ball into the box. We have no players. Bellerin and Kolasinac are not good across the ball. We have so many players who just are unable to cross. Welbeck can't cross. He's not a winger. He's not a winger. He can play in that inside forward role, but he's not a winger. And yeah, we struggle to put in good crosses nowadays. We don't have a good crosser of the ball. Neither of our fullbacks are. I think Monreal can put crosses in when he's playing as a left wing back, but he's obviously a centre back now. But yeah, I think I have something to say about every player, so I'm actually going to do a player rating. So Petr Cech, he's not at fault for the goal, but his kicking was really poor today. Some of his kicking was just going off the pitch. He wasn't reaching a man. And yeah, his just distribution isn't very good. I don't think he's not a sort of goalkeeper Pep Guardiola would like. So I'm gonna give him a 6 out of 10. Didn't really have many saves to make, but yeah, 6 out of 10 for Cech. Onto the defence. Koscielny, I thought in the first 10 minutes it was all over the place, but he recovered. I thought he had a reasonably solid game. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Mertesacker for me was just dreadful. Time and time again, his lack of pace was getting caught out. His lack of ability on the ball was getting exposed, and I don't think he's good enough to play regularly in the Premier League. I know he's not, but I don't think he's good enough to play in the Premier League. He could play in these kind of meaningless Europa League, League Cup games, but he can't play in the Premier League for us anymore. I don't think he's good enough. I think Rob Holding and Callum Chambers should both be ahead of him. It's good that he's retiring at the end of the season, so 5 out of 10 for Mertesacker. Monreal, I think he's been one of our best players this season, but the last couple of games he's made dreadful mistakes that have cost us. Not going to the run, kind of ball watching a bit. So 6 out of 10 for Monreal. Thought Hector Bellerin had an awful game. It was one of the worst I've seen him. So many times he just couldn't make these 5-yard passes. He was so sloppy. And defensively, especially in the first half, Redmond was exposing him getting forward too much. And Redmond had so much time down that wing, or Bertrand. And yeah, I don't think Bellerin had a very good game at all. 5 out of 10. Xhaka, for me, I've stuck up for him so many times, and he has been very good at times, despite the kind of one moment of madness he has in every game in giving the ball away. And today, I can't stick up for him. I thought he was really poor on the ball. Some really sloppy passes. He just hasn't learned. It's just he has to do it time and time again. And how hasn't he learned? Is Wenger not saying to him, you need to shore up your passes because you're being really sloppy at times? So 5 out of 10 for Xhaka. Ramsey, I thought, had a decent game. I thought he was looking forward every time he got the ball. Almost scored a really good goal. And it was good, energetic. So I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Kolasinac, defensively, he wasn't great. Going forward, he didn't offer much. I don't think it was his best game. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Ozil, for me, it's just really frustrating because we've seen him be brilliant recently, and a lot of the time, the first half especially, he was way too wide. He was playing almost as a winger. If you're going to play that 3 at the back formation, you need Sanchez and Ozil to be kind of inverted wingers, playing inside, getting into pockets of space in between their midfield and defence, and making things happen. And he was way too wide. He had no effect on the game. Whether that's a tactical thing from Wenger or whether that's himself going too wide, I don't know, but he can't be doing that because he's no use at that far wide, and I don't think he had a great game, and he wasn't working as hard. I think the snow had some impact on him. Alexis Sanchez, he's not his best at the moment. He's giving the ball away too much, but at the end of the day, he delivered a quality cross, the only good cross we put in the whole game, and that supplied Giroud with a header. So I give him a 6 out of 10. Did I give us a rating? I think it was 5. Lacazette, I don't think it was his best game either, but I think in the first half he was making some good runs, his movement, but then I don't understand why you're taking off your top scorer this season, the player who, if he gets a chance, he's more than likely to score. He is very good when he's got a good chance, and I don't understand why Wenger bought him off, but anyway, that was annoying. And then yeah, the subs, I thought Giroud, obviously, I have to give him an 8 out of 10 because he made the difference. Lacazette, I don't know if I give him 6. Giroud, yeah, I have to give him an 8 just because he scored the goal. He didn't do much else. We didn't really give him many crosses to feed off, but the one we did give him, he scored, so he has to get an 8. Welbeck had no effect on the game for me. 6 out of 10. Wilshere came on, tried things. He was a bit more energetic, so I'll give him a 7, but it wasn't at his best. But anyway, it wasn't a disappointing performance, disappointing result, but we have to take it and move on to the next game, which I think is West Ham away, and yeah, which will be a difficult game considering they just beat Chelsea. But yeah, we'll see. I'll see you then, and thanks for watching and subscribe.